Hey you guys, this is Matt McCoy with loopcommunity.com, and I want to give you an overview and an introduction of our app, Prime. Prime is the easiest way to run multi-tracks in your live performance, and I'm going to show you why. Now it's available for iPad, iPhone, and iPod, and it's in the App Store, so if you haven't downloaded it yet, you should go grab it. Now let me just give you an overview of what you're looking at here. On the right-hand side of the screen, that's your set list, and that's where you can put your songs in the order that you want them. On the left-hand side of the screen are your audio tracks, and you can turn things up, turn things down, and have fun remixing. Now, your blue tracks are the audio tracks, and they auto-pan, which means that the blue tracks come out of the right-hand side of your headphone jack. The red tracks are your click and cues, and the red tracks are auto-panned to go out of the left-hand side of your headphone jack. The reason that's important is because you don't want those two tracks to be mixing together, because otherwise people in your audience are going to hear the click and cues, and that might just be a little awkward. So now we can send them separately, so your band can hear the click and cues, but everybody in your audience can hear the blue tracks, which are your multi-tracks. So let's go ahead and just start from scratch and build a set list. So I'm going to hit the stop button, and to start over, let's just go ahead and hit load set list. When you hit load set list, the set list manager will come up, and here I can see all of the set lists that I've made and saved. So let's create a new one by hitting create new set list, and I'm going to rename this. I'm going to call it Tonight and hit enter. Now I have a brand new set list, and let's start adding songs. So easily, all you have to do is just hit the add song button, and it'll bring up your song library. Now your song library shows you all of the songs that are available to you in your loopcommunity.com account. What that means is anytime you make a purchase of a loop track or a multi-track from Loop Community, it will automatically show up in Prime. You don't have to do anything else. Now there is an option to import your own custom audio into Prime, and you do that through the website, through our custom uploader. So now in your song library, I can see what songs I've purchased, and they're all right here. So I have my song title, who they're by. It also shows me the original key and the original tempo. The blue check mark lets me know whether or not that song has already been downloaded to my device or not. So let's add our first song. It's going to be Alive, so I'm just going to click Alive, and it's going to add it to my set list. Great, looks like everything loaded in. Now let's hit the Add Song button to add another one. And this time we're going to do Forever by Bethel Music. And let's add another song. However, for this song, we don't have a multi-track for it, but we do want to play to a click track. So I'm just going to hit the Add Click Track button, and we have a bunch of free click tracks or metronomes that are available to you here at various tempos. So I'm going to add one that's at 101 BPM, and that's the third song in my set. Now for my last song, let's go ahead and add Forever Rain by One Sonic Society. Great, so I've got 4 songs on my set list. Now if I want to reorder those, you can hit the Edit Setlist button, and then just click and drag and move those songs around into the order that you want them. So I've got 4 songs. Let's go ahead and let's look at Alive and hear what it sounds like. So I'm going to hit the play button. I've got my click and my cues and my tracks. Now I can turn tracks down by using the fader. I can solo tracks by hitting the solo button. I can turn tracks on and off by using the on and off button. So you can mute them if you don't want them. But it's great because you can kind of adjust the levels for the tracks and customize it how you'd like it. You can also skip around using the song overview by clicking and dragging and dropping, or just by tapping, and it'll jump to that section in the song. To go to your next song, you can hit stop and start the next one, or you could hit the next or previous button. So I can hit the next button and it'll load my next song. Next button, load the next song. So let's look back at the click track. The click track is just a click, because remember our second song is just going to be a metronome, and that click track is going out of the left-hand side of the headphone jack. Let's hit the next arrow, and it'll automatically start
Intro,
the next song.
3, 4.
So that makes it really easy to go to the next song in your set list.
1,
fast.
2, 3, 4.
There's Forever, and we can kind of listen and solo different parts. There's our piano, synth. You can skip ahead here a little bit, solo the drums, and I can turn things up and down however I want. Now, another way for songs to advance is by using what we call auto advance. And every song you'll notice has a little arrow on it in the set list. If I turn that arrow on, that enables auto advance. So what this means is that when Forever is done playing, it's going to automatically go to Forever Rain and start playing Forever Rain.
Intro, 2, 3.
So auto advance is a great feature that you can use to make sure that your set list is moving smoothly. Let's look at another great feature, and that is the ability to change the tempo and the key of a song on the fly. So if a song is too slow or too fast, you can just change it by using the tempo buttons in the bottom right hand corner. So I can slow that down, or I can speed it up. Now you can also change the key. Let's say it's too low, so we want to go up to the key of D. Let's skip ahead a little bit. Or let's change the key again. Down to B flat. Slow it down. Speed it up. I can pause a song and then start it right from where we left off. Or if you hit the stop button, it rewinds back to the beginning. Now Prime is also fully MIDI capable, which means you could use the Apple Camera Connector Kit and plug in a MIDI controller, like a piano or a foot controller, or specifically the Loop Community Looptimus pedal, and use those controllers to start and stop your songs, or to even change the tempo and the key on the fly. Prime works perfectly with Looptimus. So if you have a Looptimus controller, try plugging it in, and you'll be amazed at what it can do. So hopefully this gives you an idea of some of the features in Prime and how you could use it this weekend in worship with multi-tracks.